Welcome to Dreams for Society, where we imagine, visualize, and create. I'm your host, Lisa Hayes. You can visit us on our website at dreamsforsociety.com. Email me at lisa@dreamsforsociety.com if you'd like to be interviewed. And if you would like a one-on-one intuitive life coaching session with me, please email me at lisa@dreamsforyoucoaching and visit my website at dreamsforyoucoaching.com. With that, I want to say I am going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to be happy today because with us is Rita Avellar, and she is an integrative nutrition health coach. She's certified, and she makes it her mission to get us happier and healthier. And she puts on her website this beautiful, in bold, what makes you happy? And the happy is in golden letters. And it matches your golden hair and your golden aura. So I just
never thought about that.
Yeah, happy. I am like, I want to be happy too. So it just seems to, I mean, your website really works. I mean, I'm just like, I want some of that. So I can see why you have a lot of clients all over the world.
Yeah.
Brazil, your native homeland. And before we get into all of your gifts, and we're going to do a little demo too, I'm going to play the guinea pig, act like I'm one of your clients and make up some stories that I really don't have some of these issues, but I used to. We'll get into that later. But before we do that, please share with the audience your journey from when you were a little girl, in Brazil, to how you got to America and became an integrative nutrition health coach. How awesome.
All right.
Yay.
So here you go. It is a long story, but I'm going to try to summarize.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm 41 years old.
And you don't look it. I didn't want you to reveal your age because I was going to say she's 20 years younger than me, but that would make me feel like I'm 51 rather than 41 because you look 31. But go ahead.
So I'm 41 years old.
Okay.
Just recently.
Yeah.
Was my birthday, right? Last week. So I had a really sick childhood. I was the sick girl. Almost like we call it the girl in the bubble.
Oh, wow.
The girl in the bubble. I couldn't touch anything. I was like having allergies all the time. I was really sick. And I remember seeing pictures around 6, 8, 7 years old. I look sick. I look like almost like a zombie. I look really sick. I had pneumonia 9 times in a row.
You must have had some near-death experiences, but that's another story.
It was really bad. And I remember...
9 times, like a cat has 9 lives.
Yeah. And I remember when I was 7, I had my first homework from school, and then it was like a science homework. And then there was one question, the first question. It was like something, do you have health? Kind of translating into English, like you're healthy?
Yeah.
And I said, no. I just answered,
no.
And then my mom saw that, like, no, you're healthy. I said, no, I'm not. Like, come on.
Wow.
I'm not. So I was a sick girl all the time. So I was really sad. It was difficult for me. I am the oldest of 5 kids.
Okay, so am I. That's interesting.
Okay.
I know how that feels.
Yeah. So I was the oldest of 5, and I was always a kind of example of the family, for my siblings.
Right.
And then I was a sick girl, and it was really bad. I remember on vacation time, I used to go to another state. I'm from Rio, which is really like beach city, sunny.
Yeah.
And I used to go on vacation to another state, which is Minas Gerais, which is kind of Indiana, farms and So I used to go there, and there it's kind of cold during wintertime. And I remember my grandma, my dad's side, she's like, put your coat, don't go outside because you're sick. You're always sick. And I was like, so that was kind of my life when I was a kid. And then when I started growing up, like around my 12 years old, I remember I was at my grandma's house in Minas Gerais, and I remember I saw red meat. And I saw, and I looked again, and like, you know what? I don't feel good when I eat meat. I don't digest well.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to eat anymore. I decided.
And she didn't make you eat it? Usually grandmas will make you eat it, right?
Yeah. She of course she made it. But my mom, she understood me because my mom, she was already vegetarian for a long time. Oh. And she's not vegetarian anymore, but she was for a long time. Okay. My mom and my dad, they were like hippies. Oh. So we used to live, when I was really young, like 2 years old, we used to live almost like in a hip community. Yeah. So we were already really in touch with all these alternative things.
So cool. I'm glad that you had that.
So for my mom, specifically, it wasn't something like weird. Yeah. And then because of that, I decided to start studying. Mm-hmm. And I was studying a little bit, understand why I couldn't digest the meat, the red meat. And then around my 14 years old, my mom, she was so amazed that I was so interested in nutrition that she gave me a book that I brought the book here.
Yes, you were showing me before the show. It looks really old.
You can see, you don't have like cover and the pages are falling. It is really old and
like our ancient ancestors wrote it.
Yeah. And the name is Natural Nutrition, something like that.
And it's written in Portuguese.
It's written in Portuguese. Yeah. Nobody knows about this book. It's almost kind of a mystery book. There's thousands and thousands of recipes. Right. But not only recipes, but most part of this book is about digestion and a lot of tips and cures, like the tomato cure for whatever, the apple cure, for digestion. And it is a really interesting book. Yeah. And the author, she doesn't use her real name. And I think this book was published actually on the 50s. Okay. And then my mom probably bought this book on the 70s. Okay. So she gave me that book on the 80s, almost 80s. Yeah. And then I started reading this book, and I was like sure that I was going to be a nutritionist, a dietitian. And I was so sure I was going to work with nutrition. Mm-hmm. I was so amazed how food can change your mood, can change your skin, can change your health. So I start to experience that and trying with myself. Mm-hmm. So a good thing about myself, I think, I'm really curious. And I like to read. I like to go deep by myself. I like to do that. Yeah. So I started reading.
Well, you're a curious cat because you've had 9 lives.
Yes.
Rita's a curious cat for sure.
And at the same time, during the time when I was 14 to 16, 17 years old, my mom, she had also a friend, really good friend. He used to kind of practice Chinese medicine, and he was an acupuncturist.
She was so progressive.
Oh yeah, my mom, yeah.
You were lucky. Yeah. You were lucky.
And then he was amazing. He knew a lot. He knows a lot. He's still alive. But and I used to go every week to have like a massage, to do some acupuncture. And then he always like, read this book. He always gave me some book to read. Oh, nice. And the books were like, most of them were about like Chinese medicine. Mm. And I used to go to my school, high school, and show my friends like, look at that. Oh my God, there's a recipe with bee.
With like, what?
Bee.
Bee?
Bee.
With a bee? A bee?
Bee.
Like the whole bee?
Bee. B-E-E.
Yeah, like the insect bee that goes bzz, 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 around.
Bee.
Oh, just bee instead of do. No, B-E-E.
P.
P. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not going to edit this out. Yeah. This is funny. Oh, P. I've heard about urine. Yes. And it can be medicinal.
Yes. So I used that book. It was really a weird book. There was recipes with nails.
Like whose urine?
Yes.
Your own urine?
Yes. Yes.
I've heard this.
And actually, there's some research about that. Nowadays.
I mean, like even putting your own urine on cuts and things. Yeah. Have you heard that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
So
Ooh, did you try that one?
I never tried that one. But I was so in shock.
Yeah.
Because going back to when I was sick, when I was a kid, for a long time, my parents and I, we treated my diseases and my pneumonias just with homeopathic remedies.
Right.
My doctor was a homeopathic.
Okay.
So we treated it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we reached a time that the homeopathic doctor, he said, right now we can't do anymore.
Really?
We have to go to antibiotics.
Ah.
So
Okay.
I had to take, I don't know how much antibiotics I took in my life.
Right.
I took like a lot.
Okay.
Because otherwise I was going to die. It was
Right.
that moment.
Right. Right.
So when I started reading about these crazy remedies, the Chinese medicine thing.
And how old were you when you actually started reading the Chinese medicine remedies?
Between 14 to 16, 17.
Yeah.
So I was like, there is much more than traditional medicine, right?
Yeah.
There's much more. I knew there was much more because I was already being treated by a homeopathic doctor. But I started reading and I started researching more and talk to other people and thinking. And then again, my mom's friend, he was doing acupuncture on me. He was doing like specific massage. He was using the mosha. He was using crystals. So for me, it was already like, wow. But at the same time, I had this kind of knowledge already because of my mom, because of my dad, and also because of my mom's friends and all this community I was already into. And then I got all this knowledge along with nutrition. So this knowledge on nutrition, I was getting by myself. I was reading, I was researching, and during that time there was no internet, so it was really going to the books and talking to people. And I was applying that. I was applying, to myself. And then
you were or you weren't?
I was.
Okay, I was going to say, because I really feel like obviously that kept you alive.
Yeah.
Even though you had to take the antibiotics.
Yeah.
So I've never heard of anyone having 9 pneumonia
it's
episodes.
Crazy,
Yeah.
And
that's inhuman. But go ahead.
And then in 1994, I had this great opportunity to come to U.S. To
when you were 17, right?
I was 17.
Yeah.
To do what is the name?
Internship?
No.
Or
I was going to do the oh my god, I completely forgot. Just to come here and to study.
To take a course.
Exchange student.
Oh, exchange student. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. And then so I came here to be
you by the way taught yourself English, right?
No,
pretty much.
No, here.
You just kind of learned it here when you were 17. That's more than I could do.
Yeah.
You speak it really well.
Thank you. But I came here as an exchange student. And actually, I went to South Bend, Indiana.
Okay.
And nowadays I live in Indiana. How funny.
Where Notre Dame, the college is. Yeah.
And then I had this opportunity, and I was 17. I was already really into studying by myself. I was sure I was going to be a nutritionist. Mm-hmm. And before coming here, like a couple of months before, my skin just... I had acne all over my face.
And you never.
I was like an acne person.
I mean, your skin is envious. I mean, people love your skin right now.
So I was this acne person, and I knew it was first because of stress.
Yeah.
So during that time, because of studying nutrition and because of studying Chinese medicines and other Ayurveda and all these things by myself, I knew there was a correlation between the mind and the body, and I knew. So I knew that my acne was not the food I was eating. It was because I was stressful. And
Okay.
it was a stressful moment to move to another country. The first time be by myself. I was going to be with my friend and my friend's mom. But I was going to be by myself.
Right.
Without my parents. And it was the first time doing that. So I was really scared. And not knowing how to speak English.
Oh my goodness.
So I was really scared. So my face, I have pictures from that time. I was like, man, poor Rita. It was horrible. So when I got here, I was like, you know what? I have to treat, by myself. I have to find a way. There's no way to go to a doctor or a dermatologist. It's not going to help because I knew it was cheaper just putting some lotion or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So I decided to start researching by myself again.
No internet still, right?
No internet.
Yeah, that's tough.
And I used to go a lot to Notre Dame library.
Yeah.
They have a great library.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So I used to go there and research. And I created a diet, for myself. And I started taking, this food that I knew it was going to heal my acne and heal my body. And other things too, mentally. And I used to remember, I used to go to South Bend High School, taking all this weird food, and people look at me during, the break. What's she eating? It was really weird what I was eating.
Because they're eating who knows what at the
fast
cafeteria.
food, basically.
Yeah.
So they didn't understand. They thought I was really weird.
Do they?
Yeah. But the thing is, my skin just cleared out.
How long did it take after you got here? Because you were an exchange student for how long? Like 6
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
So after you got here with this really bad case that got worse with the stress, then how long did it take you throughout that year to clear up?
It took like about 4 months.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's not very long.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Did
And
people notice at school?
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, the boys started hitting on you then, right?
I don't remember that, but yeah,
Well, I can't believe they
people
wouldn't
notice.
have.
People notice, yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing that I brought here also, it is funny. I don't know if the audience could see that, but the cover is really 90s.
Yeah.
I bought a notebook.
Yeah.
During the time I was there, so I could write down my ideas and my diet. So here I have things, articles and things I was writing down about acne and like a diet created by myself. So this book I have since 1994.
So motivated at age 17. Most of us at 17 are thinking about dating and
No, I was really motivated. I was really focused. I knew that wasn't normal.
Yeah.
There was something going on.
Right.
So, and then the time I was in South Bend, the time I was studying in high school, I had a biology class. In this biology class, we had, I don't know how many months, but it was 2 months, I guess, of studying nutrition.
Wow.
And it was the first time when I really got in touch with the real nutrition at school, high school. But, I could see things. I could see, books and understands and talk about fats and carbs and protein. And I was like, this is really good. And I was like, I know that.
Yeah. By then, you've been educating yourself almost all your life. Yeah.
Oh, and then it was when we started using the computers.
Okay.
And I remember we have to create some diets and everything. It was so much fun, and I was so sure I was going to do that. I was so sure I was going to work with that. But I always knew that nutrition was just part of, the healing process. That also we have to connect our mind, we have to connect our spirit. This holistic way of, seeing people in treating and healing, it was something that I always believed. So, but nutrition for me was a big part for me, and and it's always it can start with nutrition, and then change your mood and change the way you think. But it can be the opposite too. The way you think, your mood can decide what you're gonna eat.
Oh yeah, yeah. What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
As we say
So
in America.
so.
But that's a good point.
Yeah.
Circular. Yeah.
So, and then I went back to Brazil 1 year after. Yeah. I was 18 years old.
And in that year, you had such a transformation yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Right. And what did your parents think when you got home?
First, I had like red hair.
You were bilingual.
Bilingual, red hair.
Oh, you dyed your hair red?
Oh, yeah. Almost pink. It was actually really cool.
Oh, that's fun.
And
see, you're all about being happy.
Yeah,
I love that.
Really white because I was this grunge girl, so I had this red hair, almost pink hair. Went back to Brazil, the sunny Rio, I was so white.
Yeah.
It was so fun. But I went back to Brazil. They were really like, oh my God, she's...
What did America do to my child?
She's so different. No, but they're happy.
Yeah.
And then I was reaching the time to decide what I was going to do in college.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nutrition, this is what I'm going to do. But something happened.
Something happened along the way. Somebody must have put a little whisper in your ear.
Who knows? I was like, nutrition, or I can study fashion.
Yeah, fashion sounds happy, for sure. And you sure do. You are all about fashion. Yeah. I love how you carry yourself and what you wear.
Yeah, so like, trying to balance, like,
right.
As a nutrition, I can work with that, but as studying fashion, I can work with that. So I was trying to understand, and then I decided fashion.
But it's still working with people and helping them become happier. Yeah. Because if you're looking good,
yeah.
I mean, what comes first, the chicken or the egg on that?
Yeah.
If you're depressed, you're not going to want to look good.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you look good, that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I decided to study fashion, but I knew since the beginning I wasn't going to be a fashion designer.
Okay.
I was going to work as a fashion journalist, or I was going to work with fashion marketing, or I was going to work. I love history, so I was going to work with fashion history, study about it, because what I always loved about fashion wasn't the clothes. I always loved the behavior aspect of fashion.
Really?
So I was really interested about the history, understand the behavior of the societies and everything. So I decided to study fashion because of that. And then, and then I decided to study fashion. Then I started studying fashion. But I never forgot nutrition. I never forgot, that way of living, this holistic way of living. And I continue by my own. I continue studying by myself.
Oh, so you continue your self-teaching.
Yeah.
And while you were in the fashion business.
Yeah.
But you were in the fashion business for 17 years?
I was for a long time.
Yeah, 13 or 7. Long time.
Yeah,
over a decade.
Yeah. And I was continuing studying by myself and also applying.
Right.
Applying with my family, with my friends.
Yeah.
They always like, Rita, how can you do this recipe? How can you, I always had some tips. I was this tip girl. So...
Now, when they said they liked your recipe, they were interested in it because it tasted good and also was nutritious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Healthy, tasty.
Healthy and tasty.
Yeah. So, and then I started working.
No urine in it, right?
No.
Okay, never mind. I had to bring that through. Because I didn't know what Chinese herbal medicine was.
Oh,
I mean, it's a lot more than...
It's interesting.
It's like herbs and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then again, to summarize, because I started doing fashion, then I stopped, and then went to communication, and then I stopped, and then I went back to fashion.
Okay.
So, but I graduated as a fashion designer. So,
and you're still back in Brazil.
And back in Brazil.
And then you're doing your long career in fashion in Brazil.
In Brazil.
Okay.
I'm a fashion designer. My first graduation
in the upscale, uptown Rio. Right. Yeah.
So I was working in the fashion industry as a fashion marketing professional, and I worked with marketing for a long time for fashion. And then later on, I opened my own business, which was content. I was creating content for other brands for social medias and blogs.
Okay, so more in the PR.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was more than PR. It was more about
describing the
writing posts for blogs, writing posts for social media.
Okay.
It was really in the beginning of that.
The social behavior connection. Kind of too,
but it was really the beginning of Facebook pages.
Okay.
It was the beginning of Twitters and Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram was later actually, but
yeah.
So I used to create this content.
Nice.
I used to create the text and the pictures and the image. So I opened a business, which the name was Mulch, which is because I'm this multi girl that makes a lot of things at the same time.
And that is in English. Or would that be?
It would be like I like to multiply things that I do.
Oh,
so,
amplify.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So
put some pizzazz to it.
Yeah. So I had this business for almost 9 years, and basically I was working for the fashion industry.
Okay.
My clients, they were brands. Later on, I opened for other kinds of clients like movies industry, beauty, always related to fashion. So, and I was working with that. I was working. I was happy with my, what I was doing.
Right.
I continued studying. I continued like doing my healthy recipes. I was all about that. But in 2014, I came to U.S.
And you hadn't been here since. You were
1 year before.
Okay.
Yeah, I came here 1 year before in 2013.
Okay.
And I lived in San Diego for 1 year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I still had that business, the content marketing, because it was online business, so I could do like everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I went back to Brazil. And then the end of 2014, I came back to US again, but this time to Indiana.
Okay.
So where I met my husband. So
now, was he a high school student that you knew him from high school?
Yeah, I met him when I was in high school, but he was already at college.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you met him that year you did your exchange program.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's so cool.
Re-met him.
Yeah.
When I was living in San Diego, and I spent the Christmas time at my friend's house.
Okay.
And then I met him because of that, because my friend's house, my friend's husband is my husband's friend.
Okay.
So yeah. So we re-met. Destiny.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I came to US December 2014. I came here, I got married, and then suddenly I was in another completely different life.
Yeah. And you really have only been here 3 years in Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was in Indiana, which is different than Rio. I was married, living in a house, which is in Rio. We live in an apartment basically.
Okay.
So it was really a different setup.
Yeah.
And I would start asking myself, I was almost 40 years old. I was 38, and I was like, you know what? There's something that I need to change. There's something that is not right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I knew that changing to another country, changing to another structure in my life, I needed to change something related to my career.
Wow, you were letting go of a lot of identities.
Yes.
So many identities.
And then I decided to start researching. I literally I decided to research. I thought about, what is my main passion?
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's nutrition.
What makes you happiest?
What makes you happy? It was the first question. What makes you happy?
And you were able to answer it.
Yeah. And this, what is interesting, you just remind me something. When I start thinking about it, I decided to visit my friend, my best friend, who's married to my husband's friend, and she moved to Florida. And then I decided to go there and visit her. You know, just to be close to the ocean too, just think about life in a natural place that is really close to me. So, and before going there, I decided to create a blog, which I could share my recipes. Because all the time people are asking about my recipes, and I'm like, I have to type and then send. They're like, you know what? I'm gonna create a blog. So I just type there, and then it just go
and
there.
And how many years did you collect these recipes that you developed for yourself?
A long time.
I mean, maybe even starting at the age of 12.
Yeah, a long time.
So you just had a lot of recipes that I know you've got cataloged.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So you were like studying all your life for this.
Yeah.
In essence.
Yeah.
So cool. So you started this blog.
And then I decided to start this blog, and the idea of this blog was to basically to write down my recipes.
Yeah.
But also to talk about whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is the name of this blog? What makes you happy?
I
love it too.
I get happy when I go on your website. I'm happy.
And then I went to Florida to visit my friend. I had the blog already set up. And because of my experience doing content and social media for other brands, of course, I created the blog and the Instagram and the Facebook page because
you already knew how to do it.
I knew how to do it, and I can't avoid that.
Yeah. Again, another stepping stone that was important for this new venture. Yeah. So
I went to Florida with this blog already ready and typing recipes. And in the sunny Florida, I was like, lay down at the beach and thinking about life. And I remember also not only my first passion, which was nutrition, but in 2014, before coming to US, I hired a business coach in Brazil because I was already asking myself if I was doing the thing I really wanted in my life as a career.
Wow.
So I hired a business coach, and I remember during that time I was talking to him, I was kind of in doubt if I could continue with my business or if I was going to write screenplays, because I was doing some classes on it.
Oh, okay.
In San Diego, I was when I went to San Diego, it was all about
Hollywood,
creative writing, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even
though you're not in LA, but San Diego's close enough.
And I went there just exactly because of that.
Right.
So, and then I was talking to him. I don't know if it moved to another thing. I don't know. And then he told me one thing I never forgot. Rita, you're the kind of person that whatever you decided you're going to do, you're going to do really good.
Yeah, I can
perfect.
see that
and
in
then
you. You're
with
always
passion.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, he's right. And I just love the way he worked with me. He was a business coach, but also, as happens with health coach, is always a mix of life coaching.
Right.
So I was like, I like this kind of coaching thing. So I literally went to Google. I typed nutrition, coaching.
Okay.
And then the Institute of Integrative Nutrition came up immediately on my search. And then I click on it, like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I started reading.
Yeah.
And then they're really good with marketing.
Yeah.
They call me immediately. Oh, we have a class starting in a month.
Oh, okay.
In a month.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to send you the content of the class. It takes 1 year.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And then I talk to them sometimes. And then it's like, this is awesome. Because when I started reading the content, this is what I always believed. This is what I always studied by myself. And And this is what I always put in my life. It's part of me.
Right.
I thought it was kind of crazy because it seems I created the class.
Well, yeah. And
it was really weird.
So you already knew so much and you laid the foundation. It was just icing on the cake.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so amazing.
And then I called my mom, like, give me your opinion. Do you think I start, this is 1 year I have to continue working with my business and studying and just do it.
Which those kind of programs do allow you to moonlight, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Because I did that with my coaching.
Yeah. And the thing is, I knew I was going to study, but that doesn't mean that I knew what I was going to do with it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was going to do.
Right.
I just knew I needed to study something that I like it.
Right.
And then what I was going to do, I don't know. So I decided to study. And then in a month, I came back to Indiana and then started the class. It took 1 year study. On the half of the process, we have to already start training, with someone that like your parents or
to get certified.
Friends. Yeah. And when I started doing that, I started with my mom.
Oh.
And another friend from Florida. And then when I start doing the sessions, first, I created a method for my sessions. And then when I created the method, I was like, again, the feeling, I knew that. I always did that. Because I'm this kind of method person. I like to create that.
Right.
So I knew that it was easy. It was really flowing.
You have like 3 main steps in your method, right? Can you tell the viewers real quickly what that is? Maybe you can kind of apply that. Maybe it's kind of a good time to do a demo too.
Yeah.
If you're ready for that.
Yeah, I am.
But we're pretty much where you are today. You got married somewhere along the line.
Yes.
Right after that, probably.
Yeah. I got married in 2015.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh, so many changes. I am just so inspired by you.
So
letting go, it's almost like a snake letting go of so many skins.
Yeah.
And finally wearing the coat of skin that you really like, that shines the most.
Yeah.
That's the brightest.
Yeah, and like I said, it was really easy for me. And I remember talking to other coaches that were studying in the same class, online class, but we talk.
Yeah, I got you. That's what mine was.
Yeah, and then they were like, "How you do that? Why so simple for you? Why?"
Because that's where you're supposed to be. That's to me, that's what a true gift is.
It was really, really.
I love it.
Easy the way I was doing, and I got my blog, What Makes You Happy, and I transformed into my website.
Wow.
So in the beginning, the name was What Makes You Happy, and then nowadays it's RitaAvellar.com.
Yeah.
But the What Makes You Happy is still my health coaching project.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your trademark, What Makes You Happy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So maybe use your methodology with me. Would you like that?
Yeah,
sure.
That?
Okay, so I'm going to be a guinea pig here. As everyone, we go through life in our journey, and I used to be way stressed out. So I'm going to just pretend. I'm going to back date myself, and I'm going to say I am your age, 41. And at 41, I was in a big law firm, one of the biggest law firms in Indianapolis, a partner. I had a huge client base of Fortune 500 companies all over the world, and I was a lawyer lobbyist. 2 kids, raising them. They were only, 41. They would have been 11 and 7. Was busy with that. Working I don't know, 12 hours a day sometimes. I mean, it was crazy. So I'm going to go back to those days. I'm kind of thinking back, 41 and young, but stressed out. Now, I wasn't overweight then. In fact, I was a little thinner. So maybe that's not my issue. But I didn't have any balance. I'm going to kind of turn this a little bit differently how we talk. We talked a little bit before camera what I would do, but I'm changing it.
Okay.
Rita, ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling. We might have had rotary phones back then. Maybe we didn't. The internet was just coming in, and cell phones were hardly here yet, I don't think. So, Rita, I just found you, and you're way ahead of your day, your time. I am this hardworking, overworked, stressed out lawyer lobbyist. I can't find any time for myself. I don't even have girlfriends, Rita. I have 3 sisters and a brother, but I don't tell anybody anything. I don't have time to even think about my life, much less talk about my life. My day consists of kind of like, the Groundhog's Day, where you get up and do the same thing over and over and over again. That movie with, can't think of his name.
Yeah. I forgot his name.
What's his name? Movie. Oh, yeah. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get up, race off to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, thinking that, if I exercise, get back in time to get the kids up, race and get them ready for school, or help them. By this time they can get themselves ready. Stressed out because they're running late or I'm running late. I'm always running late in those days. And race to get to work, stressed out. I finally, when I sit at my desk, go, or maybe I'm racing to the State House, late for a committee hearing, late on getting this amendment prepared. I mean, it's just constant, but that's after a whole night, Rita, of worried about, did I get this done or did I get that done? Oh my gosh, I didn't at 4 o'clock in the morning, realizing I didn't get that amendment drafted. It needs to be filed at 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh my gosh. Rita, help me. I don't even have time. What, meditate? Are you crazy? I don't even know what that word is. So I think I may be on the verge, Rita, of really having some health issues, because I've had bronchitis now 5 years in a row, which is true, and not pneumonia 9 times, but I had bronchitis, and I've taken the flu shot religiously, which I'll never do now. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking I'm doing all the right things. Rita, I mean, seriously, I am not a happy camper. I'm not. I mean, my marriage isn't that great. I'm kind of disconnected from my kids. My career is awesome. I got all the money I need. Mm-hmm. But I just am not happy, Rita.
Okay, so
this is true.
Okay, so we have a lot of things to start.
Yeah.
To help you clarify the main issues or the main issue. I'm going to show you one of my the most important tool that we use to help the clients really understand, to clarify, the areas that we need to pay attention.
All right.
This is a circle of life. And then we have 12 areas here of your life. Some areas of your life is going to be amazing. Like you said, my career is great.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Other areas, like maybe you're not exercising, so you're not doing any physical activity. So probably this area is going to be like really bad.
Yeah.
And some other areas could be in the middle, could be not so good and not so bad.
Okay.
So the areas that are not so good is the one that I call the red alert.
Okay.
So it's the one with the red flag. We need to take care first.
Okay.
The ones that are amazing, we're going to use to support you as a support. I
like that.
Yeah, to help you, to build you, to transform you as a better person.
To get where I am today, by the way.
Yes.
All that is over. Okay, but anyway.
In the areas they're like
I wish I had you to help me. It wouldn't have taken me so long.
and the areas are like halfway. We're just gonna be aware.
Okay.
But we're gonna worry about the red flags.
Okay.
So of course this takes like 1 hour to do, but we're gonna do it really quickly.
Okay.
So if you could look these 12 areas.
Okay.
Can you identify the ones that we need to be really taking care of it right now?
Oh, well, joy. Are you kidding? I don't even know what that word is.
Okay.
Now, today I do, by the way. But back then, I don't even know if I even had it in my vocabulary.
Okay. So joy, you could put like the first area you have to pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, it was 0.
0. Okay.
On a scale from 1 to 10, it was 0.
Can you identify another one that is always...
Let's see. My social life really was just my job, so I wouldn't consider me really having a social life.
Okay. So joy and social life, they are actually really close by each one here in the circle. So they are really together.
Okay.
Of course, joy, you don't need to have like a friend to just have some joy.
Okay.
To schedule a massage, for example, you don't need to have a friend to go with you to the massage.
Yeah.
And you still can have some joy.
Okay.
But social life, we're talking about being social and interacting with other people. So, but they are kind of similar.
Okay.
Can you identify another area that is completely different than
the home
joy
environment
social?
wasn't good because
Home
it was just a place of kind of stopping to eat and sleep and help the kids with their homework if I had the time.
Okay.
Bring home my office work.
Okay.
And hope that we didn't, my husband and I didn't get in an argument.
Okay.
So
Let's stick to these 3 ones: joy, social life, and home environment.
Right.
And can you identify the areas that you say, no, this area is amazing, it's just perfect?
Okay, well, obviously education was off the chart because of being, going through law school. Career was off the chart. That was way good. Finances, way good.
Awesome.
Creativity, I was very creative. I painted when I found some time, painted pictures and things, but not as much as I should have or could have. And I used my creativity in my job.
Yeah,
I did. Even with the lobbying, you would think you couldn't, but I could be creative in drafting the legislation and creative in how to coalesce with other lobbyists and creative in how to build a team of support with the lobbyists and the legislators and things like that. So I could be creative on how to develop a plan in getting the bill at the beginning to the end, where it could be passed by the legislators. Okay. So I liked that part of my job. The career was out of the ballpark, but it wasn't. It was starting even by 41. I was starting to notice it wasn't as satisfying as it was at the beginning. I kept thinking like you, there must be something more. But I think for right now, I'm going to put it as not something that needs to be addressed because maybe I hadn't even started getting there yet. Let's see. What was this one right here?
Spirituality?
Oh, spirituality. Yeah, it was starting to be born. I mean, I always felt this spirituality, but I didn't have time for it. Like I said, I had just gone down, actually around 41. This is interesting. I had gone to a vegan Fit for Life spa down in Pompano Beach with my sister, and I only signed up for it because I was in this travel club, and it was 5 days in Florida on the beach. I didn't know what vegan was. Fit for Life? What? So my sister and I hopped on a plane and went down there, and I had an enlightenment experience. Oh, cool. Which I didn't know how to meditate, so I went to this lady and said, help me. She was the director of the spa, and I didn't know what Reiki was. She put me on a cot, and it was the last day, and we'd already done vegan for 5 days, and I found out, oh my gosh, vegan is for me. I had no idea that my constitution responded so well to veganism. I mean, like I said, I didn't even know what it was. I'm not talking vegetarianism. I'm talking veganism. I was just, energy was sky high. I was in heaven, the beach, doing Tai Chi on the beach. Never done Tai Chi before. I was in heaven. My sister wasn't handling it as well. You know, she wanted to kind of go back to the caffeine and other stuff, maybe meat and stuff. But I was in my element. And the last day, after struggling with how do I clean my mind out of all these thoughts? I got in her office and sat down on her, or laid down on her cot. And she was doing some kind of thing over my stomach. Where do you carry a lot of your stress? Oh, my stomach. What would you like to do in your life? Oh, spend more time with my kids, because I didn't spend enough time with them. And so forth and so on. And all of a sudden, she could feel it. She had some kind of gift. She said, "Do you see something in your head?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "My whole head is a sun." It's an entire sun. And I mean, I was like this. "Do you see colors going into your left leg and out your right leg?" "Yes." And I told her the colors. I mean, this was beyond me.
Yeah.
And at the same time, all I can say, I don't need to edit this out, I don't think. It was like the only thing I could say, Rita, it was like a full body orgasm.
Awesome.
And I could not feel the cot. I was about this 12 inches out of every atom and cell in my body was tingling. Well, afterwards, as I was leaving her office, I said, "What just happened?" And she just started telling me in some kind of foreign language, because I didn't know any of it. You know, it was English, but I hadn't heard any of the terms, and she didn't know exactly what I'd experienced. That changed my life. The next day at the airport, I had trouble with all of the noise. I got home. My husband at the time said, "You've changed." I said, "I told you I wasn't going to try to put us all on a vegetarian diet, or that I'd try to do vegetarian," because he loved my cooking, the meat and potatoes and gravy and all that. I won't do that. "No, that's not what I mean. You've changed, and I don't like it." See, I think what happened was this enlightenment experience I had, for lack of a better, put me on this spiritual path. And he was still in the path of what I used to be. So this is interesting that I picked this 20 years ago, your age.
Yeah.
Because it was the beginning of something. So maybe there's something you could help me with to because I shelved it. Mm-hmm. I shelved it until 2008. Mm-hmm. And this was, so I shelved it 10 years. So I shelved it for another 10 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, totally ignored it. So spiritualism was pretty void, except for that one significant experience in my life. Okay,
that's interesting.
So what else?
You talk about almost all the areas except the home cooking, physical activity, and health.
Okay, so home cooking, I was really a great cook, and unfortunately I didn't have time, so McDonald's was, my daughter Caitlin loved McDonald's, so I hated McDonald's, but she talked me into it. But we did always have a nice home cooked meal on Sunday evenings. But that was about the extent of it. And then what was the other one?
The physical activity.
Oh, physical activity. I was in really good shape. Mm-hmm. Always kept, I was a cheerleader in high school. I was on the tennis team, volleyball team, track team, all of that. So physical activity has always been a huge part of my life. In fact, I'm probably less active now than I was. I was swimming back then.
Oh.
Running. Actually, I quit running and I was swimming laps every morning. Mm-hmm. So I was in really good shape. Plus, I was running around at the State House, up and down the stairs. I wouldn't take the elevator. So I was in great shape physically.
In your health, not only physical, but also your mental health.
Mental health the joy was gone. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was sad because I wasn't spending time with my kids. I was too busy at work. I realized my marriage had kind of taken a big, like I said, this was the pivotal point in our marriage. That I had this enlightenment experience at the Fit for Life spa, the vegan spa down in Florida. When I came back, that's really where things started to move in different directions for Kevin and I. Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And you're having any physical issues?
Just except for this. You know what? By then, I I really didn't have too many physical issues.
Because the bronchitis.
The bronchitis was still popping up ever so often, but I was taking my flu vaccine, which, whatever. So the health issues, no, really, I would say I've had those kind of under control, except for, the bronchitis.
Okay, so really good.
Okay.
Lisa, you know what is interesting?
Okay.
You pointed that joy in social life
Uh-huh.
would be your red flags area, the one that you really have to.
Yeah, this is helping me because it's kind of helping me look at the past. And okay.
And when you talk about your health, you said the mental health was the worst part.
Yeah.
And the physical health, you're only having bronchitis sometimes, but you know that bronchitis is related to sadness.
Is it? That makes sense. I think I was pretty sad then.
And since you're not having joy, you're not having a social life, you don't have time to spend with your kids, the marriage is not working for some reason.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you have this amazing spiritual experience in your life you want to share with everyone. No one wants to listen to.
Yeah.
And then you just shut down the experience. I don't want to even think about it anymore.
Right.
So the sadness continues inside.
It did. It did. It did.
You just put in the box and pretend you're not seeing.
It did for another 10 years.
It was there.
I mean, and then I became miserable during the divorce proceeding, but that's another story.
Yeah.
But
pretending you're right now. So, Lisa.
Okay, right now. Before I know all this
Lisa,
ahead of me. Okay.
What I want you to understand that we have just one thing that is out of the place.
And I want to stop for a second because even though this is in the past, I feel like I'm remote viewing this and you're making me feel so good. I feel this support. I mean, I can understand why you have so many clients. I mean, I just, like, I can take that old self and, like, stroke her and say, Rita's helping you, Lisa, at 41. She's helping you. Thank you, but go ahead.
So, can you just leave your body and see yourself from another perspective, from another angle?
Yeah.
And how you see this, Lisa? What Lisa needs? Does Lisa need like a hug?
Yes. I need you in my life then. Rita, will you please come over and hug me?
So
Lisa
needs a hug.
Which I call Heart Union Gift.
Okay.
HUG. Hug. Heart Union Gift.
That's beautiful.
Thank
Never
you.
heard about it.
Yeah, that's my own little download.
Okay.
Anyway, I need a Heart Union Gift with Rita. Okay.
Yeah. So you think Lisa needs a hug?
Yes.
And it seems that also you need to be heard. That you need to share your experience. You want to share yourself. You want to share what you had, what you saw, what you felt. And it seems that you're not having this person with you, your husband, or you're not having the friend or someone that it could share that.
Didn't have anyone.
Where are your friends? I
didn't have any. I had no girlfriends.
Okay.
Zero. I had friends from college, friends from the sorority, friends from high school, friends from law school. But in terms of someone I could intimately discuss things with, zero.
Because you're finding right now.
Yeah.
Because you're finding right now who is Lisa.
Right.
And maybe the friends you're looking for are not the friends that would be, the friends you're looking for. The friends you're looking for is this new Lisa. The new Lisa that has this spiritual experience, that is seeing things with different angle and different colors.
You are so right on. I did not know that. Understand that.
And also you want to share that with your kids.
Yeah.
Because even if they're just kids, you want to share your experience. You want the best for them.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, what you can do, what is the first thing you can do to bring more joy into your life? Let's think about something really simple that you can do in an hour, for example.
Well, Rita, the only thing that I can think of is, I love to play ping pong and stuff.
Awesome. Great.
That I can laugh and do that.
Yeah. And this is what I want you to think.
Okay.
Really simple, sometimes the stupid things that you can do to bring some joy. Ping pong.
Because it gets my mind off of the worries of the future and the sorries of the past. I can just ping.
And to play ping pong, you need someone to play with you. Right?
Yeah.
So we can.
But Rita, I don't have a ping pong table, and so I don't know how to manifest that. I don't have a house big enough to put a ping pong table in. And
can you find a place where you can rent?
I'll have to think about that. This is a good idea.
Yeah.
In fact, fast forward, I really ought to probably try to do that today. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So with just simple activity, ping pong.
Yeah.
You're going out of your house.
Yeah.
You're gonna interact with another person.
Yeah.
At least this person is gonna have some interesting, like you, ping pong.
Do they have a ping pong club in Indianapolis? I'm gonna have to look for that. Thank you.
Okay. Another second really simple thing you can do. For example, tomorrow.
Okay, at 41 and even today, this is good for today. I love, and I did not do this at all at 41 when I was your age. I love nature.
Okay.
Didn't have time to get outside. I was just always inside the State House or inside my house or inside my office.
Okay. And you know how crazy the weather is here, right?
Yeah.
Today is a beautiful day.
Yeah, today is beautiful.
I think tomorrow is going to also be a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It's not so warm, but you can take some 30 minutes outside.
Yeah.
And put some coat on, just walk a little bit.
Yeah.
It would be a good activity since you have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Take the kids for walking in the woods, in the park. Like a really simple thing. You don't need to spend money with it. You just grab them, put some coats, let's walk.
I'm going to do that. I think the kids would like that.
Okay.
And I'd be spending more time with them.
Yeah. And then you're going to put together 2 things.
I didn't do that though, but I wish I had. Like I said, I wish you were in my life back then. Okay.
I just want you to think another thing that could bring joy in your life.
Yeah.
But not so simple. A little bit more sophisticated.
Okay. A little bit more sophisticated. I do like to paint. I do like to write. I do like to write. I don't know if that's a joy, though.
Why not?
It's satisfying.
If you write down your spiritual experience.
Okay. Which I did do.
Oh, good.
Later. I didn't do that till 2012.
Okay.
But I did do. I wrote a book.
Oh, good.
With all my experiences. That one included.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So write down your experience with no judgment, with no pressure. Just write it down.
You know what? Good advice, because I probably wouldn't have done it at the time, which I didn't. But you know what? It did bring me joy in the end. It was fun doing it. It was a release. Because I was writing all these experiences and blogging them putting them on my computer and then closing the computer because I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. And then I got this intuitive message for inspired action, I like to say with my coaching, to put it all together and give it to my sisters and brother at Christmas. Go to Kinko's and make copies. It was like a journal. And then I just said, well, why not just self-publish a book? And that's what I did. And it gave me joy. You're right. It gave me joy when I handed it out as a Christmas gift at Christmas. It gave me joy I was joyful that I was speaking my truth. If they read it or not, that's up to them, but it was out there. I shared my experiences on paper, and that did give me joy.
So can you realize that joy could be a really simple thing as playing ping pong, walking in the woods in the park, to like a big thing, writing a book. Yeah. So
like I play my piano. Yeah. I like playing the piano.
So if you start like listing all the things that bring you joy, the list is endless.
Oh, wow.
We don't need...
Look at my shoulders relaxing.
We don't need much. We just need to understand what brings you joy. Because what brings you joy could be different than me. I don't like play ping pong. But
but see, the thing is I like to win.
Yeah.
I try to let go of the competitiveness.
Yeah. But I like to, I like cooking.
Yeah.
So everyone has to find what it brings joy to your life.
Okay.
And this is a really easy exercise. Just sit down on a piece of paper, and I always recommend use a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay. Everything you put in with a pencil.
With a pencil so I can erase it?
Can you erase it? It really happens, and it's more powerful than a pen.
Okay. I'm going to do that after this interview.
Yeah. So write down everything that gives you joy. Everything. Could be anything.
Oh, wait, I have to tell. You know what gave me joy about a year ago? Mm-hmm. And this reminds me. I read something on the internet. So I took it to heart and sent an email to my daughter, a separate email to my daughter and to my son, telling them all of the things I loved and all the wonderful about them and all the wonderful things about them.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, you talk about joy.
That's really cute.
Felt this was tremendous joy.
That's really cute.
Oh, I loved it.
See?
And that didn't cost anything.
No, and this is something that really of course you don't have any financial problems, but sometimes we're like, no, I need to travel abroad. I need to go to an expensive spa. You can do that. But also you can play ping pong. You can go.
I want to play. Anybody out there call me. I want to play ping pong right now.
Yeah. So all these little and short activities, you can just implement them in your daily life. You don't need much, and that will already bring you some joy. Mm-hmm. After you just fill your body, your mind, your spirit with joy, you're going to start interacting with the people that are related to your joys. They're related to what you like in life, what it brings you joy. Because they're going to be in the same group, in the same vibration.
Well, I'm having joy right now just chatting with you. This is very joyful. Yay! Go ahead.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt. I just had to say that.
Yeah. So, and then after that, the home environment is going to be going to feel this energy and this vibration of joy. So all the home environment is going to change. If you're going to get divorced, I don't know, it's your life and you decided how it's going to be. But it's important to understand what is good for you at this moment. What is going to really make your life more whole and full of life, of joy, of good energy. Mm-hmm. So, and that way we can understand better these areas that you address here as the most hard ones.
What should I do about this veganism and this vegetarianism that I just told my husband 20 years ago. I just told my husband, I said, no, I'm scrapping it. I won't try to do that. That really was sad for me.
Again, we go back to the sadness.
Yeah.
You had a tremendous experience.
Yeah.
It was, something that you want to share to the world.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you talk to someone that you like, you love, and then the person doesn't care.
Well, he not only didn't care, I think he was scared. I mean, he just said, you changed and I don't like it. Mm-hmm. So it was like scared. Like, it's interesting that S is on care.
Yeah.
S-C-A-R-E.
Yeah.
It changes the whole thing. One's care and one's scare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure it wasn't that he didn't care. He was scared.
Scared. Mm-hmm.
And you've changed and I don't like it.
Yeah, maybe,
which scared me.
Maybe scared because of this visa that was already there.
Yeah.
And with this experience, just
I wasn't the same.
Came up. So what are you going to do with the veganism? It's really up to you. But if you feel
I don't think I can do it, Rita, because he's putting his foot down. He won't let me.
Lisa, you just list the things that brings you joy.
Yeah.
Did you realize that everything you list, it's everything up to you? Everything you decided to do is up to you. So you have to take care of your life.
Okay.
It's not what another person doesn't agree or another person thinks you change. It's what do you want? And what do you want in your life right now? You already told me that you want more joy. Mm-hmm. So you're going to bring more joy. You already want that you need more social life. You're going to bring more social life. You're going to, meet new people there. They have common interests like you. And then you need also to take care of your home environment. So all these areas, here, it's up to you.
Well, you have a multitude of programs. I was kind of perusing your website. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I'm 41 and I just got in touch with you. So I'm so happy. Rita, what do you recommend? What program should I start with first with you?
So as a one-on-one program, I have two programs.
Okay.
One is a 3-month program and the other one is a 6-month program.
Okay.
The 3-month program I recommend for anyone that already knows exactly what you want to work. Sometimes and then during the program, there's much more issues, right. And maybe I need to add more 3 months, and that's fine. Okay. So 3 months is when you really know you want to go straight to the point. The 6-month program is when you're completely lost, and you don't know how to begin, where to begin. You don't know. So, and then I work with you for half a year. Yeah. Giving all the support to build your strength and build, the path to a healthier life.
Oh, great.
And again, like I mentioned to you, for me, being healthy is being connected to your physical body, your mental body, and your spiritual body. So that's why sometimes health coaching goes along with life coaching. Mm-hmm. Right. Because we cannot... Like we're talking about bronchitis. Bronchitis is completely related to sadness. Yeah. So how are we going to talk about bronchitis and just talk about whatever is good for your lungs or your body if you're sad, if you're still sad? Right. And if you need to put more joy in your life. So we're going to work on the joy.
Okay, first.
And then the bronchitis is going to, heal it. Yeah. By itself.
I like that. And then you'll be accountable to me to make sure I'm playing that ping pong.
And I will be okay. Yeah.
Like, because months could go by. I haven't played any ping pong. I know we stated an intention, but I didn't do it.
So whatever program you decided, because I also give this option. You can decide the program you want. Yeah. Sometimes some people say, can you give your opinion? And I say, but it's really open. Yeah. You can decide at the 3 months or 6 months. Yeah. And like I said, you can start the 3 months and then add more 3 months.
I'm really interested in taking a class from you. This is back in when I was 41. Mm-hmm. A program with you to help me because I do want to do veganism or even vegetarianism. Yeah. But Rita, in 20 years ago, there weren't any vegan things in Indiana. There weren't stores to support that. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to go about it. So I love how you have something on your website I saw that you'll help prepare the meals or even help go grocery shopping. I need that because if I'm going to do veganism, coming back from this health spa, I don't know the first thing about preparing vegan food. Yeah. So I'm real interested in learning more, Rita, about play acting, about that because fast forward 20 years later, I've helped myself, self-taught and everything. But back then, I needed an overhaul.
Yeah.
Because all I was good at was making chocolate meringue pies and meatloaf and hot roast and gravy and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I can definitely help you with that.
Okay, great.
And
you'll even go grocery shopping with me to find the right ingredients?
Grocery store shopping with you. I can help clean your pantry and clean your fridge.
Good.
Understand how to create healthy recipes based on your diet.
Right.
Because
because not everybody wants to be veganism or vegan. Yeah.
I don't impose any idea of diet. I don't impose what I think is good, because each person is an individual, different than me, and whatever you feel like. So I'm going to encourage you to do some food journaling to help you understand what is really good, what works in your body.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I hadn't done that 5 days of total vegan diet, I would have never known how that made me feel.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, so I think I know that vegan is kind of my path.
Yeah. And if you feel that, and then I can help you to build like a menu that you can make for yourself, and do adapt a little bit for your kids, for example, because it's really hard when you have a family and you go to a different diet.
Yeah.
They're like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat that. So you have to go slow with your kids. So we can do that. We can create some menus.
Meal plans for them.
Yeah.
They integrate some of the same stuff. Okay.
Yeah, they introduce a little bit for them.
I like that.
Yeah. So they will start noticing. They will start experiencing. This is really tasteful. Oh, it doesn't have meat. Oh, wow.
I can just see the table now. Yeah. I'll have a little bit of McDonald's over here.
Yeah.
A little bit of this vegan meatloaf over here, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah. Okay. And with the kids and the family, you cannot just go like radical. And you cannot do that. It's not good. You're gonna have more problems than solutions.
Okay.
You have to go slow.
Okay, yeah. That's really, really great advice.
Yeah.
And it gives me the courage and helps me release some of that sadness.
Yes. Yeah, and cooking is also is a joy moment, especially when you're going to a different diet or understand better how your body feels. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is really fun.
Yeah.
This brings me joy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I have a lot of fun with it now. I mean, I'm getting much better than I used to be in terms of the variety and the tastiness. And, over the last couple of years, I'll prepare this meal for me, of greens. I mean, I'm not raw completely, but I'd say 60% is raw vegan. So I'll have rice or quinoa or something, or beans or whatever that I soak and make myself. But I'll prepare these things, and I'll take pictures of them and say, I'm going to send this to my kids. And they're just always loving it. And I'm seeing their eating habits change a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they see these beautiful dishes I'm preparing for myself.
I had a lot of clients that when they reached me, they was like, I need to change some things in my life.
Right.
But I want to change because I want to be a good example for my kids.
Right.
And some of them, they have like babies.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, great. Baby is the best moment.
Yeah.
Because they're learning from you.
Yeah.
Babies and little kids, when they're like 7 years old, beyond, is already tricky. Because they already have the personality, built. They know what they want, and if you already show them bad examples, they're following your bad examples. So to change that, you need patience. You need to encourage them to eat, but you cannot pressure them, because otherwise you're gonna have the opposite effect.
Oh yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah,
they're gonna say.
Yeah.
So you have to go slow. You have to show, and then I can tell from my own experience, 1 year to 2 years, they start noticing when they eat out or they go to a friend's house, it doesn't look like the food we eat at home. It's different. There's something different.
Okay.
Yeah. But when you have kids that are older than 7 years old, you have to go slow.
How long do you think it's going to take me to really develop a taste for being, eating vegan, or to really get acclimated to it?
It really depends on you. It depends on how much you're gonna cook your own food.
Okay.
And I recommend, especially when going to this kind of diet,
right,
to cook your own food.
Own food. Okay.
If possible, 100%.
Okay.
And then after that, when you get really used to your own food, and then you don't want to cook all the time, and then you need to be more social with other people. Start being more open and understand what you can eat. So that way you also don't be so, like, oh, here comes the person that doesn't eat anything.
Oh yeah, and you know how you can tell who a vegan is? Mm-hmm. Because they'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm a vegan.
Yeah, I'm a vegan.
Yeah.
But then, just be prepared.
Yeah.
Be prepared when you go out. Ask before.
Right.
It's okay to ask. And just because I'm vegan, so I just need to know. But prepare your own food that will help you. And the time really depends a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually have been saying I'm vegan, but I say I prefer to eat vegan.
Okay.
Because I'm not crazy about it. And maybe someday I'll go back to other things. But right now I prefer vegan. And it just sort of evolved that way. I didn't even intend it.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe because of 20 years ago experience, it just came back. But it wasn't like I woke up one day and said, I'm going to be a vegan or eat vegan. So I love all this advice. How can the viewers find you, Rita, now that you've given us a demo of all your beautiful gifts and how you help us? Where can they find you?
The best way to find me is through my website.
Mm-hmm.
So on my website, you can schedule your first free session.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
so
nice.
During 30 minutes, I'm going deep into your issues, try to unblock what is a challenge for you right now, like we did. We kind of understand what is happening in your life.
Yeah.
And that way, excuse me, we can start making a plan together. Right. So from now, we have all these situations set up. So what are we going to do next?
Yeah, like I had no idea that joy was the catalyst for everything else.
Yeah.
Until our discussion.
Yeah.
This is very helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so your website?
Yeah,
is?
through my website is Rita Avellar, double L.
Avellar. Yeah, like an avatar.
Yeah. .com.
Yeah.
And there is a link, work with me, and then there you can schedule your session.
Okay. The free session, and that'll help you decide what might, and the client, what might be the best program for them.
I always recommend this first free session for many reasons, but one of the reasons is to understand how I'm going to help you.
Right.
And if I can help you.
Yeah.
Because there's some situations when I feel I can't, for whatever reason, I would tell you, like, Lisa, that moment I can't help you.
Right.
Maybe you can go to another direction. I can also suggest some directions. And then later we talk,
Oh, I love that, Rita. That's being so you have so much integrity and really having the ethics there.
Yeah. Because I cannot lie if I see sometimes there's some issues there. You need to go through a therapist and go more deep into some situations, and sometimes I even suggest the work with a therapist.
Okay.
Along with
and you also work. I saw on your website you work with functional medicine practitioners too.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Because sometimes, like I said, we need to understand more what is happening with you.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's some specific things there, completely physical situations that we know is related to mental things, but you need to address right away.
Right.
You cannot wait to find all the joy, and then you're just having this bronchitis that never stops. So that's the red flag or the red alert that you were mentioning that has to be taken care of first. But put that fire out first before. Is there anything else you would love to share with the audience before we
sign off.
I just want to just make sure that I am a health coach. And again, which I believe health is that balance between these three bodies: the physical, mental, and spiritual. Sometimes can be mixed up with life coaching, but I am a health coach.
Right.
And I am not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist. So I will never ask you to stop the medication, you know.
You don't have a supply of herbs and stuff that you sell.
No.
Gotcha.
And not even going to prescribe you a diet.
Right.
I cannot do that. My work is to educate you, to give you information, to point directions, to give you support.
Okay.
So sometimes clients come and say, "Wow, you're amazing! You've changed my life." And I thank you so much, but you've changed.
I love that.
You listen to your body. Actually, this is my main thing.
Yeah.
To wrap up everything here, I help people to listen to their bodies.
You've helped me to listen to my own body.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You know, because you basically say, keep my power. Don't give it away to you to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's my, what I think is my main passion of my work, my job, is to help people listen to their bodies.
Yeah. Physical,
mental, and spiritual.
Yeah.
And to understand that power is within you.
Yeah. And with your beautiful smile and your golden aura, it's just hard not to be happier around you.
Thank you.
So I encourage you all, get a hold of Rita, get your free session with her, and start your path to healthier. Now that's an interesting word. Happier, healthier life. Thank you, Rita, for being with us today. Until next time, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.